Hare Krishna devotees, Danvat pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Guru and Gauranga. So, continuing our discussion of Srila Prabhupada's small book, this compilation of his audio lectures, Elevation to Kṛṣṇa Consciousness, Chapter 3, Towards a Peaceful Society. So, before start, let us offer our prayers to the Guru and Gauranga and senior Vaishnava devotees. Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadabhyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratu Se Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, before start, I want mercy from all the devotees who are hearing. Please bless so I can repeat the words of Srila Prabhupada as it is, and also I can practice in my life little bit out of it. Whatever I can do, please bless so I can continue my Krishna consciousness. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetramiti Avidyate Etayo Veti Tattam Purusha Prahu Kshetragna Iti Vidhi Tadvida. I am reading once again. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam Shariram Kaunteya Kshetramiti Avidhiyate Etadyo Veti Tam Prahu Kshetragna Iti Tam Vidaha. Translations. The Supreme Lord said, this body, O son of Kunti, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called knower of the field. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse number 2. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kṛṣṇa, is instructing Arjuna about the knowledge of Kshetra and Kshetragya. Kshetra refers to the field, which is the body, and Kshetragya refers to the knower of the field, who is the individual soul. If land is to be cultivated, there must be some cultivator, and if this body, which is likened to a field, it is to be cultivated, there must be a proprietor who can cultivate it. Now we have these material bodies, and it is our duty to cultivate them properly. That cultivation is called a karma or work. A person may come to our place with bhuva of cultivate land, and or he may come simply drink coffee or tea. We have been given this particular type of body to cultivate and to attain required sense objects according to our desires. This body is gift from God. God is very kind, and if someone wants something from Him, He allows it. Alright, He says, take this. His relationship to us is just like the relationship of father to a son. The son may insist upon getting something from the father, and the father may try to convince him that what he wants is not good for his good. Father may try to convince him that what he wants is not for his good, saying, my dear son, don't touch this. This is not good for you. But when the boy insists upon it, the father will allow him to have it. The affectionate father gives the son just what he wants. Similarly, the Supreme Father gives his sons and daughters just what they want. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita that all beings in all species of life are his children. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhava bhavanti ya tesham brahma mahat yonir aham bija pradah pita. It should be understood, translation, it should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, verse number 4. In this material world, Mother Prakriti, the Mother Prakriti, which is material nature, supplies us with body, and the Supreme Father impregnates this matter with living soul. There is an erroneous theory current that only human beings have souls and that other living entities does not. But we understand from Vedic authority that there are over 8 million species of bodies, including plants and trees, and that they all have souls. Otherwise, they would not be able to develop and grow. In this verse, Shri Kṛṣṇa claims that all living entities, regardless of the form they take in this material world, are his sons, and that they are related to him as a son is related to his father. This Kṛṣṇa consciousness is especially meant for understanding the position of soul and its relationship with God. Kshetram gyam chapi mam viddhi sarva kshetreshu bharata kshetragyayo kshetranayo jnanam yattad jnanam matam mama. Translations. O sign of Bharat, you should understand that I am also the knower in all bodies, and to understand this body and its owner is called knowledge. This is my opinion. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse number 3. If we meditate upon this body and study whether or not we are actually the body, we will come to the conclusion that we are Kshetrajna, the knower of the body, but not the body. If we study our fingers and consider whether or not we are the finger, we will come to a conclusion that we are not the finger or any other part of the body, but that finger, arms, the legs, the heads, etc. are our fingers, arms, legs, etc. In this way, we can come to the conclusion that we are not these bodies, but that the bodies belongs to us. Therefore, we say, this is my body. Unfortunately, people in this modern civilization never stop to inquire what they are or who they are. They are simply laboring hard, working hard all day in office and factory under the impression that I am this body. And if we ask people who they are, they reply, I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Shadis, I am American, I am Christian, etc. These are various identifications or designations of the body, but the fact is that we are not these bodies. The body is simply the field of our activities. We are no more the body than the cultivator of the field is the field. There are different kinds of bodies and different activities in accordance with different types of bodies. A dog enjoys one kind of activity, a cat enjoys another, and a human enjoys another. There are differences of activity due to differences of body. When we come to the platform of truth, however, and understand that we are not these bodies, then our activities change from material activity to spiritual activities. As long as we are operating under the bodily conception of life, our activities are material. But as soon as we understand, I do not belong to this body, Aham Brahmasmi, I am a spirit soul, our activities will be in accordance with that realization. That is to say, that they will cease to be motivated from material or bodily platform. Knowledge of our proper identity as separate from body is real knowledge. But this knowledge is denied as long as we cling to bodily identification. In the scriptures, it is said that as long as we are in this bodily conception of life, all our activities will be defeated. A child is born into ignorance, and if as he grows older, he remains under the bodily conception of life, and he lives in darkness, his position is that of Shudra. In the Vedic literature, we find that in this age, everyone is born a Shudra. Therefore, everyone requires to be educated as to his real identity. If, however, we remain satisfied with our birth by our father and mother, we will remain in our condition as Shudra. We have to rise to the platform of the Brahminical platform by following the purificatory processes. As mentioned before, there are 4 basic characteristics of impure life: illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating, and gambling. According to the Vedic principle, sex should not be indulged in outside of marriage. In human society, there is therefore a system of marriage which distinguishes us from the cats and dogs. Whether we are Hindu, Muslim, or Christian, we acknowledge the system of marriage, and purpose of the system is to avoid illicit sex. Accordingly, according to the Vedic system, intoxication is also discouraged, nor is meat eating advocated, for human beings should be non-violent. We have been given sufficient grains, fruits, milks and vegetables, and there is no necessity to kill poor animals. Some people argue that if we do not eat meat, we will be undernourished, but we can see that the students in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, in this Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement, have given up meat and very healthy and are very healthy. Whereas people who are eating meat are still, despite of their meat eating, subject to so many diseases and unhealthy conditions. Gambling is also discouraged because it simply agitates the mind. This then is the purificatory process by which one can become a Brahmana. This path is open to everyone. A Brahmana is one who is truthful and pure, tolerant and simple, full of knowledge and faith in God. I'm reading once again. A Brahmana is one who is truthful, pure, tolerant and simple, full of knowledge and faith in God. He can control his mind and his senses also. Brahmana means who can control his mind and senses. At the present moment, there is a great necessity for Brahmana, because almost everyone is Shudra. For almost everyone is fully engaged in maintaining the body, eating, sleeping, mating and defending all systems of animals and Shudras. Society cannot be peaceful unless there are 4 divisions of human beings functioning in harmony with one another. These 4 divisions are comprises of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. These are discussed by Kṛṣṇa in Bhagavad Gita in this way. Chaturvanyam maya srisyam gunakarma vivagasha tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. Translations. According to the 3 modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the 4 divisions of human society were created by me, and although I am the creator of the system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse number 13. These 4 divisions of man in human society are natural, not artificial, because in the material world everything is operating under the influence of 3 modes of material nature: goodness, passion and ignorance. As long as we are in the material world, it is not possible to classify everyone in the same category, because each and every person is working under influence of the modes of material nature. However, we are transcend the material plane, there is oneness. At that time, all divisions fall apart. The question is therefore how to transcend the modes of material nature, and that the transcendence is very process of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. As soon as we become situated in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, we become transcendental to the modes of material nature. Mam cha ayo abhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunam samadiktaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Translations. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, verse number 26. Thus, one who is engaged in Kṛṣṇa consciousness activity is at once elevated to the transcendental position. By nature, we are not a matter, but Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. The philosophy of Shankaracharya is mainly based on the principle that we should not think that we are the product of this material nature. It is by some unfortunate accident that we are in contact with material nature. Actually, our nature is that of spirit, Brahman, and that nature has to be evolved. This material life is disease condition. When we are situated in Brahman, we are in our healthy condition. That healthy Brahman condition is immediately attained as soon as we engage ourselves 100% in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. When we transcend material nature through the rendering of service unto Kṛṣṇa, what is our status? Do we become zero? Some philosophers maintain that after liberation from material life, after nirvana of this material body, we become zero, void. That is a dangerous theory. By nature, living entity is not attracted to zero. We may be diseased and suffering from so many elements, but if our doctor comes and says, let me finish your elements by killing you, we immediately say, no, better let me suffer from this disease. We do not want to be killed just to end our miseries. Thus, the theory that after material body there is void is not at all attractive. Nor is it the fact. Nor is it fact. We are Satchidananda Vigraha, eternal, blissful and full of knowledge and part and parcel of Supreme. The Supreme Lord is Satchidananda Vigraha and we are qualitatively one with Him. Although very small, drop of sea water is as salty as the sea, and although we are but spiritual atom, we have the same propensity or property as Supreme Spirit whole. There is no question of being void. For us living entities, our spiritual property are all there in infinite variedness. If, however, out of frustration of material existence we commit suicide, we do not end our miseries, we simply create other miseries. If one attempts suicide but not succeed or is somehow revived, he is subjected to being punished under the state law. Similarly, the laws of nature treat suicide as criminal act. We are to end this material life only after finding out the true blissful life of eternity. We should not simply be trying to end the miseries of life simply out of frustration, but we should engage ourselves in activities that will raise us to spiritual life. The four divisions of human society were created by Sri Kṛṣṇa in order to facilitate this process of elevation. Just as a student is elevated from lower class to postgraduate class, the divisions of labor, Chaturvarnyam, are created to elevate us from the lower stages of consciousness to the higher stage of consciousness, that is Kṛṣṇa consciousness. This process is the process of cooperation. In the human body, the most important part is head, then arms, the belly and the legs. Although the head is considered to be the most important part, there is no question of neglecting the legs or any other part. Similarly, the divisions of human society, no one division is important to the exclusion of others. Of course, the divisions, Brahmana is considered to be the intellectual class, the class of teacher. The Kshatriyas are administrative class, or the militarist class. Vaishyas are merchant class or agriculture class, and Shudras are common laborer class. In a properly run society, all of these classes are required If they cooperate in their progress towards Krishna consciousness, there is no strife amongst them. In the present social status, we find that we are existing in these four divisions, but there is no cooperation. Everyone is dissatisfied. Today there is great strife between the capitalist class and labor class, because between them there is no compromise. There is only friction. All the strife among the classes is due to the lack of Krishna consciousness. Indeed, there is not even a possibility of cooperation unless there is Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is absolutely essential for harmonizing all facets of human society, regardless of what class we belong to. If we cooperate in Krishna consciousness, there will be peace in the world. Thus, Krishna consciousness is utmost necessity of all division of society. Every chapter and every conclusion of Bhagavad Gita aims towards Krishna consciousness. Sri Krishna, who is speaking Bhagavad Gita, is always stressing devotion to his personal self. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyadi mam namaskuru mam avashyasya satyam te pratijani priyosi me. Translations. Always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my friend, very dear friend. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse number 65. Throughout Bhagavad Gita we find this word mam. Stress mam means unto me, meaning unto Krishna. Unto Krishna. But there are many miscreants who are interpreting this mam means everyone. When I say bring me the glass of water, does it mean that I want you to bring everyone a glass of water? Okay, I'm reading once again. Mam means unto me, meaning unto Krishna. But there are many miscreants who are interpreting this mam to mean everyone. When I say bring me a glass of water, does it mean that I want you bring everyone a glass of water? The individuality is there. But by jugglery of words, they interpret me or I to mean everyone. Consequently, when Krishna says I, the miscreants identify this I with themselves. This is gross misinterpretation. Although Bhagavad Gita is very popular in this world, due to its misinterpretation by mundane scholar, it has not been properly understood. Bhagavad Gita clearly explains that this Chaturvarnyam system was established by Krishna, but he is outside of this system. When Krishna comes as an incarnation, he does not come as member of any social order, not as a Brahmana or anything else. When Krishna came, he came as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. Vasudeva belongs to the royal family and therefore Kshatriya. As such, Krishna played the part of Kshatriya, but this does not mean that Krishna belongs to Kshatriya class. There are many incarnations of Krishna in many forms of life. In one incarnation he appeared as fish, as a member of community of fishes, but this does not mean that he is a fish. If we think upon seeing a fish that is belong to Krishna's family, we are mistaken. Of course, from another point of view, everything is Krishna, but Krishna is aloof from everything. This is the transcendental nature of Krishna. And if we understand it, we will be liberated from birth and death. Although Krishna has established the four divisions of human society, he is not in every one of them. Tasya kartaram pimam vidyaya kartaram avyayam. As soon as we understand that although Krishna was born into Kshatriya family, he is not Kshatriya, we actually become liberated. If we think that because Krishna acts in particular way, as on the battlefield he gave instruction to Arjuna to fight, he is bounded by the reactions of his activities. We are mistaken. Works do not define me. So Krishna says, Namam karmani limpati. In conclusion, we must accept the fact that when Krishna comes as one of us, he is not in actuality one of us. He is transcendental. This fact we must learn by submissive inquiry from authoritative sources, such as Bhagavad Gita or a spiritual master who is fully realized in Krishna consciousness. Today, all facets of human society are thinking that their self-interest is in maintaining this body. Consequently, today's society is simply a society of cats, dogs and hogs. From the Vedic literature, we can understand that we don't have to work hard all day simply to maintain this body. We are working very hard because we are trying to control material nature for the purpose of sense gratification. One who can come to understand that Krishna is root of everything, the origin of everything, can understand the meaning of Ishvara Parama Krishna. Krishna is the supreme controller. In the universe, there are many Ishvaras or controllers, but Krishna is the supreme amongst them. Krishna consciousness gives us this knowledge. Without it, we will remain ignorant of our self-interest, our real self-interest. Modern society is in dire of need of intellectual persons or brahmanas who can broadcast real spiritual knowledge all over the world. That is an absolute necessity for a society which is working hard simply to exploit nature. If people try to understand this Krishna consciousness movement scientifically and philosophically with their best knowledge and judgment and try to cooperate, there will be peace all over the world. In essence, the method is very simple. We need only chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and follow the regulative principles mentioned before. By following the regulative principles, we will be avoiding the four pillars of sinful life, and by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we will be associating with God constantly. Thus there will be peace amongst all classes of men. So thus we have completed our chapter number 3, towards a peaceful society. So thank you so much for hearing this, and please forgive me for any kind of mistake in reading. Your servant Vijesh Anayadas.